Grandmother's Trunk by Red Steagall. They came in a wagon from St. Joe, Missouri. Grandmother was 7 years old. I remember she said she walked most of the way in the rain and the mud and the cold. She saw the Comanche. They came into camp. Not the savage she had seen in her dreams. They were ragged and pitiful, hungry and cold, begging for salt pork and beans. They staked out a claim at the cross-timber breaks where the big herds went north to the rail. One day a cowpuncher gave her a calf, too young to survive on the trail. Their Jersey cow gave more milk than they needed. The calf grew up healthy and strong. She staked him that fall in the grass by the creek and pampered him all winter long. In April, her daddy rode into Fort Worth with her calf on the end of his rope. He traded her prize for a red cedar trunk that she filled full of memories and hope. I found Grandmother's trunk under a bed in the back room where she used to sleep. I spent the whole morning reliving her youth through the trinkets she fought to keep. There's the old family Bible, yellowed and worn. On the first page, her family tree. She traced it clear back to the New England coast, and the last entry she made was me. I unfolded a beautiful star-pattern quilt. In the corner, she had cross-stitched her name. I wonder how many children it kept safe and warm from the cold of the West Texas plain. There's a tattered old picture that says, "Mom, I love you." Though faded, there's a young soldier's face and a medal of honor the government sent when he died in a faraway place. A cradle board covered with porcupine quills, traded for salt pork and beans, was laying on top of a ribbon that read, "Ford County Rodeo Queen." Dried flowers pressed in a book full of poems, a card with a message engraved, "To my darling wife on this 25th year," and some old stamps my grandfather saved. Of course, there are pictures of her daddy's folks. Oh, they sure looked proper and prim. I reckon if they would come back to life, we'd look just as funny to them. Grandmother's life seemed so simple and slow, but the world started changing too soon. She heard the first radio, saw the first car, and lived to see men on the moon. Life on this planet is still marching on, and I hope that my grandchildren see my side of life through the trinkets I've saved, the way Grandmother's trunk does for me.